What's going on, everyone? Timothy, Time and Refinement. It is Men's Mental Health Month this month, and I want to acknowledge that today. Ladies, I apologize. Those of you that are listening, this one's for the boys today. I go back and forth so many different times on this topic about picking yourself up your bootstraps or actually genuinely feeling bad about your life and almost feeling paralyzed to not be able to do anything. Because I've been there. I've been paralyzed. I've been able to not be able to pull myself out of bed. Um, yeah, just a lot of different things. So, service level, we say, check up on your homies, check up on your guys, check up on your friends, and see how they're doing. But why don't we dig a bit deeper here for just a minute? Let's actually get on some personal topics, right? As men, we tend to self-sabotage a lot because we think and we overthink and we think some more. And whether that's overthinking about life, overthinking about your job, your relationship, or just plainly wondering what to do in life and wondering if anybody likes you, that's the crux of the matter. And I think we have to start with ourselves. We have to start with ourselves and asking for help and being able to be vulnerable. I know being vulnerable is difficult. It's very difficult, even with your friends, even with people that you know and you trust and you love. For some strange reason, it's just one of the hardest things that we struggle with, and it's just I don't know. It's just we really struggle with that, and for some reason, even the people that we love, we still have a hard time with. The first time we get vulnerable is if we go to like a therapy session or something like that, which is crazy to me. Um, I guess I was in the same boat. I mean, I was able to be vulnerable with people, but maybe not to the extent that I was with my therapist for a couple months when I saw him, just to get some stuff out. And it's crazy, right? We got to pay someone to be able to listen and maybe give us some advice and think internally for ourselves. Excuse me. And I mean, that's what our homies are for. We're insecure. You talk to the next guy in line, and he's fighting for his life. Fighting his suicidal thoughts, wanting to kill himself, all these different things, and here we are thinking we're the only person that thinks that. So check up on your friends, check up on your homies, check up on the people that you care for, but don't just check in on them and say, "Hey, I hope you're doing well." Like, genuinely mean the question. Like, do you actually mean it, or are you just throwing words out there just to kind of get the sentence out so you can check something off the list and say, "Yeah, I checked in on that person." There's a difference between the two. So we silently suffer a lot of the time. And I hear you guys. I hear you. I'm there with you. I feel it. My close buddies are all the same. They wonder why they keep going on sometimes. They wonder if they're going to have a family. They wonder if they're going to have a relationship. They wonder if all of the things that they're doing in life are going to end up rewarding them later on, because we put in inputs to get outputs, right? We're very logical. We use that. And I'm not going to play the victim mentality and say, well, men are not loved unconditionally like women and children are. I mean, it's a whole different topic, but most of the time, men are acknowledged by what they provide, how much money you make, what kind of car you drive, what kind of house you live in, what kind of job you have, all of those things. And as that is one side of the coin to being a man, in my opinion. The whole other side is you have value. You have inherent value as a man. I mean, you're born, just because you're not born with value doesn't mean that you're not valuable as a person. Man, I'm going to coin that. That's really good, actually. I like that. But to earn value for people to talk to you and love you and look at you and have conversations, it's crazy. And I fall in that spot all the time. I mean, I talk to guys that are just like, yeah, I'm really struggling and I'm living with my parents. Yeah. I don't know what to do, and I don't know what to do for work, and I'm not driving and all that stuff. And my automatic judgment is, well, get up off your butt. What's the problem? You're not gonna accomplish anything by just sitting around and not doing anything. So even I get there. I mean, that's just me projecting my insecurities about, like, I'm telling that person, you need to do something with your life, because internally I'm like, I need to do something with my life to provide value and to be loved and to be cherished, in society as a whole, not just with women or with family members or friends. I mean, society as a whole. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be a struggle probably until you die. There's really no way of getting around this, but it needs to be acknowledged. The mental health of men needs to be acknowledged, and I don't know where to start with that. I think I would say, in order for it to properly succeed, it needs to start very, very small with just a friend or two, and getting on a personal level, talking to them about what they want to do, what their hobbies look like, and just helping them feel valued and helping them feel heard. You know, I mean, we talk about it all the time in relationships, like how the woman feels loved when she is heard, when she is cherished, when she feels like she provides value, all these different things. So, I mean, men feel that way too. I mean, we have emotions. We just need to keep those in check and not be this overly emotional person. So, yeah, I think it needs to be a conversation. It needs to be a conversation with people, but in order for us to feel like we can be vulnerable, there's got to be a quote unquote safe space for that. And unfortunately, 12-step groups are a big thing for men to be able to talk about how they feel. But even still, I mean, I've attended 12-step groups in the past, and it still feels like that you're just kind of checking off the list, listening to that person being like, hey, how's it going? Checking that off the list. I know I did that. So you really have to actually be genuine in your intentions when you talk to someone. And I made an episode on that before, and I'll probably make another one and probably several more on that eventually. But just genuinely listening and not talking, and just listening to someone's struggles and to what they're dealing with is, golly, it's gonna help more than you know. So to the guys out there, you're cherished, you're loved, you're appreciated, you have value, you are loved just as you are. But as men, we are innately, internally meant to have goals and meant to do something, but that doesn't necessarily define your character. It's just kind of the icing on the cake. Because a depressed man is someone that doesn't have any goals or aspirations in his life. So don't feel bad if you're in that spot and you're struggling and you're wondering what to do. Don't feel bad. It's just for a time. It's just for a time, um, and it'll pass. It's not a bad life. It's just a bad day. So, um, again, whole month of June is Men's Mental Health Month. I'll probably make another video on this too. But I just want to shout you guys out. Timothy, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I cherish you. Reach out to me if you guys need anything. I love you just as you are, and I look forward to the next episode. Love you guys. Cheers.